I'm Bill.
And I'm Candace. And we're the Disruptors. Hey, welcome to the show.
Well, tonight is a beautiful fall day outside. Where else would I be but inside out of the rain, cold, wind?
You know what? It is a beautiful day here in the Pacific Northwest with the gray clouds and the rain coming in. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
Gorgeous out there. Yeah, just gorgeous out there.
It
Ducks
is.
are enjoying it. Ducks are liking it today.
Well, you know, that's what keeps this state green.
That's true.
Lots of rain.
We needed it. We were pretty brown there for a while. Guess what we're going to talk about today? Now that I
don't know. You
kind
of look a little bit irritated.
I'm
Are you
a little
irritated?
I'm irritated.
All right. A lot of irritated,
I'm beyond irritated. You can't imagine how irritated I could get. This is irritating.
Have you had a cup of coffee yet?
I had the coffee, and it did not do any good at all. Nothing.
Coffee is like nectar of the gods for me. I'm just saying. Love it.
You love nectar of the gods. Good.
Yes, coffee. Num, 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 num.
A lot of coffee, yeah. There's some mornings where you could probably use more coffee.
That's probably why I love living here so much.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Every day is a coffee day.
Especially if you have Grinder Feast coffee. Grinder Fest is the best coffee, but we won't get into that. Yes, I'm upset.
There you go.
I think today we should just really concentrate on customer service and what happened to it. It's gone. It's dead.
Did you not get a positive customer service experience, Bill?
No, I didn't. I didn't even get the experience of having somebody experience the customer being talked to begin with.
Oh.
Nothing.
So it was a vacant. There was absolutely nobody there to help you. That's what you're telling me.
No, nobody whatsoever. None. And don't start with this old people routine because that has nothing to do with it.
Well, I wasn't going to go there, but when you're geriatric like yourself, maybe what you should actually do is walk in with your walker. One that goes,
Yeah. Little horn on it. I've seen those in many of the stores, and on the side of it, it's got little X marks that are stamped in, and those are people that got run over by the walker because they couldn't get customer service. I can't stand it. You can't get anybody to respond to you anymore.
Well,
in these smaller businesses, you'd think, holy smokes, they could afford somebody to say, can I help you? How are you? But let me go back one step. Here's the other thing that irritates me. It happened just the other day.
Okay.
Walked in the dollar store.
Okay.
Are you ready for this? This guy, 95 foot tall, with a voice of a tender. Welcome to Dollar Store. Every 30 seconds. I can't get any help in the dollar. But this clown is welcoming in. Nobody. I ask a simple question. Everyone, Yet the clown.
So they're pointing. Our listeners can't see you pointing.
Well, I'm sorry.
You're very animated today, so you must really be agitated.
I am upset over it. Small businesses need to really sharpen up on their own skills of doing these things. Don't you think?
Well, when you look at a business, your customer service is exactly the way that it's set up, and all of that is exactly the way the CEO or the business owner views people.
Well, good. So in other words, they don't view us at all.
Well, it can be kind of overwhelming, I guess. I'm not trying to defend them. I'm just, it's the psychology behind the fruit of that system and process.
Well, let's go back to a little bit of the old days. When you walked into a store, they usually knew who you were, what you wanted. It was just a feeling.
It was 1940. Now you're dating yourself. It's okay. Go ahead. Keep going.
Hey, I don't care if it was 1909. When you walk into a store and you want to talk to somebody about getting a product that they have, or asking a simple question, not a big question, just a simple one, couldn't somebody say something?
Well, I think that, first of all, I want to address knowing your customers' names are huge, okay? I'm reminded of a story remember when we had Betty Schroeder here?
Yes, I remember Betty.
Okay, Betty is incredible because she's interviewed over 47,000 people, and we won't get into that topic, but she told a story about how her son, they were playing t-ball.
T-ball.
And the biggest thing for him was she had asked him, why do you like your coach so much? Because he was going on and on about talking about his coach.
Yeah.
And he threw his mitt up in the air and he said, because he knows my name. And I think that in business today, where it's our philosophy at Wild
Yeah.
Child that every business is a niche market. So,
Right.
you know your customers online. They might be known as, I don't know, Bob the Builder, or they might be
Well,
known
yeah, there's
as, you know,
some
Butterfly 723 or something like that.
Right,
but
right.
the
Larry
fact
the
is,
lender or
you know,
something. Yeah.
the fact
Guido
is,
the bill collector. Yeah.
the fact is that they have an online profile, and you can address them in that light. But if you actually know your customer's name, that's something huge. That one thing it tells them that you're in creating that relationship. And I think what you're really saying, and that the poor customer services that we have forgotten as Small Business USA, is that small business with their customers have left that customer relationship behind.
They have left it behind. Now, I won't name the restaurant. Of course, everybody that hears my voice already knows it. But, you know, when I go in there, the waitress, how are you, Bill? How's things going? Well, she brings me my favorite beverage without even asking.
You're reminding me of
practically knows-
Cheers,
Real close
where
to it.
everybody knows your name.
That's right. There they call me Norm. Yes, there they call me Norm. But it just, to me, is more of a friendly atmosphere. You feel like you're just, I don't know. It's just a good feeling.
Well, I think that sometimes, you know, you need to be greeted to some degree, you know, and I don't think that it's just a greeter at a door. I think it's that it's a philosophy of the company, of the small business, that customers, I'm not going to say that are always right, because they aren't. But what I am going to say in that is that the customers always write the check. And
That's true.
they're coming there to receive something, and you're in business because you're providing that something.
Right.
Whether it's a service or a product. So I think one of the biggest things that businesses need to take a look at, and that is that they need to, when was the last time where they shopped?
Well, they probably weren't. Or if they were, they are not aware of it. Or do they really care anymore?
Well, I think that whether they care or not, that they need to recognize that the customer experience is shown up in dollar signs, and cutting employment. And I understand, you know,
okay,
all
taxes
businesses
and
are
all
trying
those
to
things,
cut all
right.
of that, and especially when mandatory health care coverage came in, what we saw was not employment increases, we saw employment decreases.
Cutting hours.
So, you know, then the average person wasn't just working one job, they're working two jobs, but now they're working more hours because they're averaging 28 hours here and then another 28 hours someplace else. Well, that's 60 hours a week, however you slice it.
That's true.
So we wanted, and I'm not going to jump on all of that because that gets into a whole other conversation, but you don't have people that are there 40 hours a week. You don't have, for whatever reason, and I'm strictly speaking about small business.
Economy and small businesses, they're hurt. That's true. Taxes and problems with labor is costing a lot. But on the other hand, there's got to be a balancing point somewhere.
Well, I think that the balancing point is for businesses to really analyze, to step back, breathe, breathe.
You know? Good idea.
And to create value. And if value is superior customer service. I know of an insurance agent that completely goes the extra mile. And matter of fact, it's Melody Williams Insurance.
Melody, yes.
Yeah. And I know for a fact that when we had a storm, we had power outages. This was been, I think, a couple of years ago here in the area. She literally called. She went into the office, her and her staff, they pulled up those names of all of those clients that are in that zip code. Yeah. And they personally called and checked on them.
Wow.
Okay, that's customer service. It's customer service when you go the extra mile.
Well, it is.
And you look out for your client's best interest.
Well, I agree with you. I can see different areas that insurance companies and stuff like that, and that is really unusual to have somebody do that. I mean, that's way above board, and that's somebody I'd want to do business with.
Yes.
Right off the get-go.
Well, and it goes more in that. If you were really looking out for your customer's best interest, it brings in easily add-on sales.
Right.
It brings in different income streams.
Referrals.
You're building customer loyalty. So really, when a business does not have good customer service, what they're really saying, and that is that we don't want your business. And eventually that message goes out and they go out of business.
Nowadays, with the internet as strong as it is, you've got the little guy competing against the big chain stores, competing against the invisible giants on the internet.
Well, even whenever you ask people, they still want to do business face to face. And so I don't have to visit your store. I don't have to visit your shop. That's very, very much out there.
Right.
The fact of the matter is, though, people do want to do business face to face. And if their experience is less than stellar, we'll just put it that way.
Or not good,
Or not good at all, they don't ever want to come back.
Well, yeah, I never looked at it until I got a little younger, how this actually affects your attitude towards buying. Now, if I walk into a store, there's some of them, the smaller chain stores, and I'm not talking about the big monsters, but they're immediately friendly and come right up, how can we help you? Or are you looking for something?
And it's not cheesy.
No.
I mean, let's take the cheesy factor
out.
away. The guy yelling, welcome to whatever store.
Oh, yes.
Can be annoying.
Very annoying.
But there are definite ways, and it's not having the employee that doesn't want to be there. So first of all, management needs to hire the right person for that position, whatever that position is. Customer service is a people person aspect of your business. It wouldn't be the guy that's great at just stocking shelves and basically wants to be left alone.
Well, I can see that point too.
Okay, so you're looking at somebody that, hi, did you find everything today? Is there anything? Hey, did you want to go ahead and sign up for our newsletter? Would you be interested in our new membership program that we're just rolling out? I mean, the voice is friendly and inviting
and enthusiastic, and like they want to be there. They want to talk to you instead of over there. Yeah, talk to I don't know what his name is in that department.
Well, I want to reiterate that a businesses,
and that's in small businesses.
Yes. Well.
That's a shame.
I've met some small business owners that have point blank told me they don't like people. And you're kind of taken back because you're like, what are you talking about? You don't like people.
Why are you doing this then?
You're not an IT guy. Your industry is definitely, people friendly, or it should be. You're definitely in contact with people. I mean, people forget. Business is a contact sport.
Yeah, it is.
And you have to roll up your sleeves, get in the trenches, and if you're losing business and people are not revisiting your store, which makes me want to, I want to bring out this point too, Bill, is it costs 61% more money for you to gain a new customer than to retain an old one. They spend more money. When a customer visits your shop or your store or your service, they are more likely, to spend that money, whatever that amount of money is, hundreds of times over if they continue to get the great consistent customer service.
Yeah. And that's it. And I'm not trying to go back into history, but if you look at people who are successful in selling cars today, or some other type of retail outlet, or even when we're doing insurance or something of that nature, the people that are really making the big dollars in that industry are ones that people will say, oh, I know Larry, or I know Phil, or Clem. I bought a car from him before. I'm really satisfied with his service, and he's just like one member of the family. That referral is worth $1 million.
Yes.
Because they're going to go and say, well, I got to try it out. Bill said that's a great guy.
Well, and that's another thing. I mean, you brought up some great points on the show. First of all, your revenue dollars increase with better customer service. That's proven. You can pull any statistics. Statistics can be manipulated, so you can manipulate them all you want. The bottom line is that with better customer service equals better customer dollars.